Today, I'm going to show you how to bake an easy, soft, and delicious white sandwich bread. And guess what? It doesn't take hours and hours to make. If you're looking for a simple and easy homemade bread recipe that's perfect for everyday eating, then you've come to the right place. Stick around to the end for a recipe that you can screenshot to save for later. I love that this recipe is fast and only requires 6 simple kitchen staples. You need water, honey, active dry yeast, salt, olive oil, and all-purpose flour. Today I'll be teaching you how to make this bread with a stand mixer, and you can still totally knead it by hand, but it does make it go a lot faster when you're able to just turn it on and let it knead in the mixer. Step 1. Warm the water and activate the yeast. Warm 2 cups of water and pour into a stand mixer. Add a 1/4 cup of honey and 1 tablespoon or 1 packet of active dry yeast, and wait 5 minutes while the yeast activates. It's important to make sure that your yeast is active, and one quick way you can tell is just by smelling it. So if it has a pretty strong smell, it's probably still active. But you'll also know and watch as it starts to dissolve. If there starts to be bubbles, then you'll know it's active. If it looks really flat at the end, then it's probably not active anymore. So you'll notice that it's gotten kind of fluffy and cloud-like, and especially if you're watching it, it starts out flat and then like little bubbles and kind of billowy clouds start to fluff up, and that's what you're looking for.
Billowy clouds.
The billowy clouds of yeast. Step 2. Add oil and salt to the water. So I was gonna say this about the honey and I ended up not, but I don't like to always get a tablespoon sticky or the measuring cup sticky. This recipe is so easy, you don't have to measure things like honey and olive oil. I will show you, but honestly, you can just eyeball it. That's what makes it a really simple recipe, is that you really can't go wrong. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 teaspoons of salt to the yeast mixture. Step 3. Add flour and mix the dough. Add 3 cups of flour and run the mixer on medium until the dough comes together. Add 1 more cup of flour as it continues to knead. Add an additional cup of flour if needed, if the dough is too sticky. So this is what it looks like with 4 cups of flour. After I scrape in the bit of flour that's on the sides, it's probably still going to be a little too sticky, so I am going to add another ½ cup. Let the mixer knead it on low for 5 minutes. So it's currently still kneading, and I noticed that it's not pulled away from the sides. It's still pretty wet. So I am going to just add a little bit here and there, and you can do the same. There's probably not a way you put too much flour unless like it's so thick it's not stretchy at all, but as long as you see it moving in the mixer, you'll be good. I like to see it like this, where it's more forming a ball. So total, you're going to be using between 4 and 5 cups of flour. Step 4. Form the loaves and place in the loaf pans to rise. Alright, so to get it out of the bowl, we just want to put some more flour on it because it's very sticky. And then I like to kind of just get underneath it and keep adding a little more, putting that flour. Scrape, scrape, scrape like this. So now we got a nice jiggly ball of dough. And then we're going to flour our working surface. Alright, right away, I'm just going to split it into 2 different loaves. Add more flour if it feels like it's sticking to your counter. Alright, and then we're going to form some loaves. I'm just folding it over to get a smooth top and then tucking it in underneath. Do this before you get your hands sticky, folks. Let rise for 30 minutes. Step 5. Bake at 350 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. Step 6. Let it cool before slicing and enjoy. If you're a busy mom like me and you need a simple recipe that is quick and sure to be a hit with your family, give this one a try. I promise you'll love how it turns out. Pause here for the recipe. Thank you for baking with me today. And if you're on the hunt for some healthy homemade snacks, I have got a snack guide for you that you are going to love. I'll be sharing a couple recipes from my guide in the next few videos, and the first one I'll be sharing is a berry yogurt muffin.
I can cut my bread.
You're cutting your bread?
Yeah.